Oh, let's get off of death and Epstein for a second. A man by the name of, where'd it go? Milo Ventimiglia, I believe that's how you say his name. He's an actor. And he was recently told that he was too old to play Batman. Now, from what I know because I love Batman, Batman is a middle-aged man anyway. You know, I guess he's the bachelor playboy of it all, but Bruce Wayne is not 20. Bruce Wayne is 45 and up, I think, so is he really too old to play Batman? I don't think so, but what I want to know, ageism in Hollywood usually targets females. Is it now spreading to men, especially in this role? I remember when the Wonder Woman came out, or the Wonder Woman movie came out. Now, mind you, I wasn't going to see it anyway. I have not been to the movies since 1997. So there you go. But what I wanted to know was, is it going to spread to men as well? But ageism has usually targeted women. There's your burden on the bottom. Like the Wonder Woman movie came out and the original Wonder Woman is still alive. And it's not like, time has just ravaged her. But they deemed her, of course, too old to play Wonder Woman. So they went and found someone who looks like she's 22. And I couldn't go. I boycotted the movie, like I said, even though I was not going. I just felt as though you could have used the original Wonder Woman and I would have been there. Number one. Number two, you could have at least involved her in the movie. They didn't even give her a cameo. She got to come to the premiere to watch somebody else play her role. So I was a little sour about that. But the first card is Page. This is youth. Page of Pentacles, youth and money. Is ageism spreading to men as well? So far, it looks like a yes. Seven of Cups. The options. There are so many out there. The age, the young, the youth, and then the many options that you have. You don't have to go with the Milo Ventimiglias. You can go with somebody straight off the Disney Channel if you want to. Chariot, moving forward. So, looks like men are going to be the next to fill the ageism gap in Hollywood. There's your confirmation. The Sun. Three of Wands. It's here. It's off the ground. Like there is like I said, it's always been women. They've always felt this from producers and casting directors. I don't want such and such because such and such is too old. Or if you do get the female, she has to play somebody's mother, grandmother, or some older woman with some sage advice or some sort of boss or something like that. She has to play somebody older. Now, she can't play just an older, like, superhero. Or she can't play an older or a person whose age is noticed because she's older, but it has nothing to do with the role. So she's not playing somebody's mother or grandmother. She's just playing a woman who happens to be older. That never really happens unless you're Glenn Close or somebody. This is coming to men now. Not that it's a good thing or a fair thing even. It just shouldn't exist at all. But, I mean, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. What's true is true and what's false is false. So you just have to call a thing a thing. If you think this person's too old, this person's too old. They're trying to appeal to a different audience nowadays. It causes anxiety, worry, stress, depression, all this, that you are sort of boxed out of roles. Now, he's not too bothered about it because, like you said, he would rather play somebody who is more relatable anyway. Or he would rather, I mean, there are so many great roles out there, he said, so it's not like Batman is going to make or break his career. Besides, do we need another Batman movie? But whatever. Nine of Swords, and then more youth. So the anxiety is wrapped around the bad news about age. The Page of Swords is also a bad news card. So the fear is the action, the clarity, the victory, the triumph. The hopes is time. That this will pass. That, one day again we can go and act and be who we want to be. But like I said, this has happened to women since the beginning of time. So I can't really feel like, okay, I don't want to say I don't feel bad, but I don't. But it's not fair to anybody to be blocked out of roles because of age. Now, I understand why, because let's say, for instance, a person was to play, let's take superheroes. Let's take the X-Men, for example. If a person wanted to play Cyclops is in his 30s. So you can't use, like, Matthew McConaughey to play Cyclops because he's too old. So to get, like, Hugh Jackman is perfect for Wolverine because Wolverine is older. And he looks older because he's all bushy and the whole bit. Not to mention, with good makeup and lighting, Hugh Jackman doesn't look that old. Or look his age, I should say. But when it comes to younger characters, then I understand that you can't use the oldest actors. But anyway, back off of that, onto this. In the environment, there is a change of outlook. There is a new action approaching. Here's a strategy. They are trying to go after a different demographic. So using an actor, not just an actor who is older, but an actor who is usually associated with roles that have older people or roles that target an older audience, is not someone they're going to pull out of that demographic and plug into this one. So for instance, if you are in a show that is targeted towards people in their 50s or 60s, they're not going to take you out of that show and then try to market you towards a 20-year-old. The warning is this could backfire. Interestingly enough, they could band together and say aging him out ages out, or it gives the potential for us to be aged out too, so we're not really going to go for that, and then things could change. Solace is preparation. So I think this is not going to go over that well, and then your outcomes is the Empress and the Temperance. So something new and something common. So we're talking banding together to stamp out ageism, but if you're going to do it, make sure you do it for the other side too. Make sure you do it for women and not just men, but easier said than done. New outlook, hope, and mystery. But there is a balance to this that does not fare well, because like I said, you still have to be a person who is marketable to a younger audience. Judi Dench is a phenomenal actress, but she's not necessarily a millennial actress. So you have to give them something they want to see. That's what they're all victim to.